Good morning. It's the Call Flow Radio Show, and you're on the air.
Well, good morning. Happy Monday. You survived another weekend. Congratulations. Have another cup of coffee or tea or whatever you drink in the morning. Ovaltine. Nothing special for the show this Monday. You can give us a call if there's something you would like to talk about. Larry and I are here to solve all the problems of the world.
Good morning, Farmville. Yes.
434-394-0924. Let's jump right in and look at our history for this, the 6th day of February. Go back to 1778. Of course, the Revolutionary War going on. The U.S. won official recognition and military support from France when we signed the Treaty of Alliance with Paris. 10 years later, 1788, Massachusetts would become the 6th state to ratify the Constitution. In 1815, the state of New Jersey issues the first American railroad charter. That was given to John Stevens. He proposed a rail link between Trenton and New Brunswick, New Jersey. Of course, the line never built, though.
Really?
Yep, was issued the charter to do it, but it never happened. So,
take the money and run.
Yeah, maybe. 1862, of course, Civil War. Fort Henry in Tennessee falls to Union forces. 1899, a peace treaty between the United States and Spain is ratified by the Senate. Jump to 1911. Ronald Reagan, our 40th president, technically our 39th, actually, born in Tampico, Illinois. We're off by a number. We have been for a long time. Anyway.
Wow.
It's a fact.
Yeah.
Cleveland served president twice, but not consecutive terms, so they count him twice. So really, it's not a new guy. They shouldn't be saying we're on our 46th, because we're not on our 46th president.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is, because,
Same guy. Same guy.
It doesn't matter if it's the same guy. He served a specific presidency, which was what, number 28 or something?
20... I think it was 4 and 6.
Okay.
But anyway, no, we're one off.
I'm right.
1922, Cardinal Archil Ratti elected Pope. Of course, he would take the name of Pius XI. 1933, the 20th Amendment to our Constitution, what we call the Lame Duck Amendment, proclaimed in effect by Secretary of State Henry Stimson. 1952. Britain's King George VI, at the age of 56, would die at Sandringham House in Norfolk, succeeded, of course, by his 25-year-old eldest daughter, Elizabeth II.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Did you watch any of The Crown on TV?
Oh, the Netflix show?
Yeah.
I have not. I've seen snippets from other shows. I don't know, a lot of it is for dramatic purposes. I probably will at some point. I keep saying I'm going to sit down and watch some of this.
I'd like to continue. I watched for a little while,
okay.
And it was fascinating. I like anything that's like a true story.
I just wonder how much of it is, because they've got a lot of private conversations. There's no way you would know that these things happen. So I think that's why I've hesitated.
It's entertainment purposes.
That's it. Exactly. Exactly. Where are we at? Oh, jump to 93. Tennis Hall of Famer, human rights advocate Arthur Ashe would die in New York at 49.
Wow. He was controversial in his day.
He was. The advocacy side especially. Very much so. 98, President Bill Clinton signs a bill changing the name of Washington National Airport to Ronald Reagan Washington National Airport. On the same day, Carl Wilson, one of the founding Beach Boys, would die in Los Angeles at 51.
I got to meet the rest of the Beach Boys, the rest of the brothers, over in California. Interesting family, I guess.
That's probably a good way to say it. And we'll wrap up here. Just 1 year ago, Queen Elizabeth celebrated her 70th anniversary of ascendance to the throne. Pretty remarkable.
Yeah, that's almost hard to believe, isn't it?
It
70
is.
years.
I mean, she was around so long, it's still hard to believe she's gone.
Yeah, that's a good point.
You know,
that's a good point.
It's for so many people around the world, not just in the UK. It was the only monarch they ever knew.
Well, and we were talking just a little while ago about saying, "Oh, that was 20 years ago," and we're like, "Oh my goodness!"
Yeah.
How does that work?
How did that happen?
70 years. How do you say that? Right?
I mean, wow.
It seems like yesterday.
You know, that's I think is the most fascinating thing when you think of people of a certain age. Everything they've lived through, all the things they've experienced and could talk about. It's pretty remarkable.
It is.
Celebrity birthdays. Mamie Van Doren. Remember her? 92 today. Wow. Mike Farrell, the actor, is 84. Former news anchor Tom Brokaw turns 83.
Nice.
Yeah.
Love Tom.
Yeah. He was back in the day when you could still trust news reporters. Fabian, the singer, turns 80 today. Look at there. Actor Michael Tucker, 78. Actress Kathy Najimy, 66. Simon Phillips from Toto. He's 66 as well today.
Simon Phillips. We were just talking about him.
I was going to say
yeah.
before.
Wow.
Yeah, he was involved in a lot of production, other music on the side. Who else? Also 66, film director Robert Townsend.
Nice.
Actor Barry Miller turns 65. Axl Rose, Guns N' Roses, 61 today.
So I saw him, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, and his voice still sounds the same.
Well, that's pretty good.
He's just larger than he used to be.
I saw he has put on some weight.
I didn't. I actually thought it was a different band when he came. He came on, but it was an amazing concert. Absolutely incredible. Slash is just. I mean, he's
a great.
He is so good.
He really is an amazing guitarist. Other musicians, singer Rick Astley, 57 today. Who else here? Actor Josh Stewart turns 46. Actor Ben Lawson is 43. And who else? Actress Anna Diop. She's 35 today, just a child. Today, well, you've got 3 national days you can celebrate. Of course, National Lame Duck Day, because of that constitutional amendment, making it Lame Duck Amendment that was passed. That's honored today. Also, National Frozen Yogurt Day. So,
Alicia will like that a lot.
Likes frozen yogurt?
Oh, yes.
I remember it used to be so popular.
Yeah, I always wondered how a yogurt place could actually make any money when you think about that they have, they're charging $3.
Oh, yeah.
And they have 4 people come in during the day. So, but I was looking at a little place downtown that might be a really good spot for yogurt.
We used to have one in town.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, there used to be one across from the high rises.
Yeah, and that would be the perfect place for it, right?
It used to be. It's where the health food store is now.
Oh, nice.
Used to be a yogurt shop.
Did you ever go?
Frozen. I worked right next door.
Oh, was it busy?
Fairly.
Yeah.
The college kids used to go over there a lot.
Yeah, so it still might be a viable business.
Oh, yeah. I think it probably would, especially when college is in. And also, it's National Chopsticks Day.
Interesting.
The humble and ancient food utensil.
When I would go to China, we would have contest of who could pick up the bean or whatever with their chopsticks first.
Are you good?
Every once in a while, we would beat our friends over there, but it was rare and far few between. But it was one of our, every time we went, we had to have our chopstick competition.
I'm good. I'm sure someone who grew up using them would be much better than I am, but I can do grain of rice.
Nice.
I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good. It was about 1200 BC when they started using chopsticks. Yeah.
I don't think Queen Elizabeth was reigned at that time, right?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
Not quite.
She was old, but not
quite that old.
1200 years?
No.
Okay.
It was about 400 BC when fuels for cooking became scarce enough that food was prepared in small pieces, and chopsticks really took off. The need for sharp utensils, of course, faded out. The Chinese term, I'm probably going to butcher this, for chopsticks is kuai zu. So that's if you want to say it in Chinese.
Gesundheit.
Thank you. There you go. And I mean, of course, most places don't offer. Chopsticks are made from everything from jade and wood. They've been made out of ivory. Some are painted with miniature scenes.
Do you have any fancy chopsticks?
I don't necessarily would say that they're fancy, but I do have a couple pair of chopsticks at home that I use if I do it at home. Otherwise, I'm used to just the ones you pick up and use and throw them, trash them.
The bamboo ones.
The little cheap bamboo, yeah.
And then you break them and do that little get the splinters off of it.
Rub them together. Tick, 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 tick. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, with Panda.
Panda Express.
Panda Express.
Is there one of those here?
There is one in the Upchurch building on campus. So, yeah, I eat a lot of
I actually
Asian
enjoy a little Panda Express here and there.
Love it. Always
I'll have to get that address from you later.
Oh, yeah. Go on and get you some food. Well, one piece of sad news we do know about. Actor Charles Kimbrough, Tony and Emmy-nominated actor, probably best known for his role on Murphy Brown, passed away. 86 years old. Yeah. He also probably best known to younger people. He was the voice of one of the gargoyles in the Disney Hunchback of Notre Dame.
I'm a little scared that you know that, but that's
Why?
Okay. I just never know what trivia might come out.
Yeah, and one Tony was a brilliant dramatic actor, although obviously his time on Murphy Brown show he could do comedy as well. The New York Times first reported his death. His son did confirm it yesterday. He actually died on the 11th of January. But it had been kept very quiet.
Really?
Yeah, his home in Culver City in California. Of course, Jim Dial, the newsman on Murphy Brown, which was a hit for 10 years, is what he's best known for. Did earn him an Emmy nomination for Outstanding Supporting Actor in a Comedy Series. And he did reprise the role for a special 3-episode reboot that was done in 2018.
There's a lot of studios down in Culver City.
Oh, yeah. More probably the reason, I guess.
He be close to your work. He didn't like the long commute, so he just moved into the neighborhood.
That's it.
Smart man.
Yeah. Well, Grammys, of course, the big news in the world of entertainment. I don't know how many of you out there watched them last night. But if you didn't, we have got all the lowdown for you. And maybe you did watch them. Maybe you thought it was a great show. Maybe you thought they were absolutely terrible. You can let us know your opinion if you'd like. Remember, it's 434-394-0924. So 65th annual Grammys last night. And John, I know, mentioned Album of the Year, Harry's House, Harry Styles would take that. Record of the Year went to Lizzo. For About Damn Time. Bonnie Raitt got the Song of the Year, which is, of course, for songwriting. And that was Just Like That.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
There's a lot of competition there. So.
Yeah, especially for the Songwriters Award. Best New Artist, afraid I don't know her, Samara Joy. Adele took Best Pop Solo Performance for Easy on Me.
You like Adele, don't you?
I like a lot of Adele stuff. I've never bought an album, but all the stuff that have, I shouldn't say all, most of the stuff that she's charted with are pretty good. Of course, I'm slightly biased. I like Skyfall best, but what do I know?
Yeah, you got to love your Adele.
Well, I don't know if I go that far. Best Pop Duo / Group was for Unholy. That's Sam Smith with Kim Petras. Saw Sam on a talk show just last week on Graham Norton. Talk about Axl Rose putting on some weight. Poor Sam. I mean, he was always a big guy anyway, but he really has put some weight on. Hasn't affected his voice, though. I mean, he's still
same with Axl.
Got a hell of a voice. Best Rap Album, Kendrick Lamar, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. Best Dance Album, Beyonce, and she took a lot of them.
Now, wasn't she kind of up for being the most winning artist? Did I see that right?
She did take, what was it? I know that she did. I know there was something about that record. Yeah. She now becomes the most decorated artist in Grammy history. Her 32nd career win.
Wow.
Which originally the record was from 1997. It doesn't say, though, who had it in 97.
Most people would give their arm for just one of those. So.
You ain't kidding. They would go sane. I mean, well,
she is talented. She's a very talented.
Very much. I don't like everything she puts out, but there's no question she is.
Yeah.
Best Dance Electric Album was her. Best R&B Song was her. Did she just win? I thought she won more than 2 last. No, there we go. Best Traditional R&B Performance was also her.
It's funny because I don't really consider her all that much a R&B artist. I mean, she crosses genres, but it's hard to nail her down. And obviously, she's in several different categories here, which is impressive also.
Yeah. I don't really think of her as R&B, but I have the older school definition of R&B to me.
Right.
A lot of what they call R&B now, I don't. To me, it falls more into hip-hop than it does R&B.
That's one of the problems about growing older is that, they change the definitions of our favorite songs.
Very, very true. Let's see. Best Country Album went to Willie Nelson.
Oh, nice.
Still winning at his age.
You gotta love Willie.
You can't. Best Rock Album, Ozzy Osbourne.
I can't believe Ozzy's still getting up there.
Best Rock Performance, Brandi Carlile would win that. Progressive. Well, and see, maybe this is it. See, they've split R&B. There's traditional R&B, progressive R&B. So you've got...
and alternative R&B.
Yeah. So they really have traditional pop, Michael Bublé. No surprise there. And higher. Willie would also take country solo performance. Taylor Swift did get Best Music Video.
Oh, good.
All Too Well.
I'm kind of a fan of the Taylor.
Really?
I saw her in concert, and it's like after you see somebody in concert, you have to just, I don't know, if they do a good job.
Yeah.
It's kind of like you have to give them credit.
I'm still just waiting for her to grow up. It
Why?
seems like
Why would you want to do that?
Because I don't care about her failed relationships. I think she dates a guy just so she can get a song.
It is the best way to get some motivation for a song. I mean,
date someone and then drop them.
Oh yeah, man, heartache is where you got to go to get them.
Oh, well, whatever works for you, I guess. Dave Chappelle took Best Comedy Album.
Really?
Yep.
Well, I guess that's Do you like Chappelle?
He's okay.
He's controversial. But
most comedians.
I think he's hilarious. I think he has some of the best timing of a comedian. Yeah. He just, he sets you up and he just
stand up to really judge.
I've seen a few of his later pieces, and it's been I enjoy it quite a bit.
Well, that's good. The Into the Woods, which was the latest revival cast recording, won for Best Musical Album. Jazz Fest won Best Music Film, which does not surprise me. It's brilliant. That was about the jazz festival that took place years ago in New Orleans, and it was it's an excellent documentary. Evening of Jazz. Brandi Carlile, of course, Americana, which was, also not surprised for her. And Bonnie Raitt got Americana Performance, as well as American Roots Song. She won both of those.
Another Beyonce there. Best dance
recording, which was the single, I think, from the album she won for Best R&B Electric.
Are you familiar with that song, Break My Soul?
I have heard it, but I wouldn't say I am familiar with it.
Love the title, though.
Well, it was, of course, that was your winners, but it was, there was a lot. Some great performances, they say.
Mm-hmm.
For almost as long as 50 years of history was celebrated in Sunday's Grammy Awards. Hard to believe that rap has kind of been around as long as it has. An uncomfortable relationship with, of course, the biggest institution. Certainly the Grammys hope that 23 represents a turning point for them. A 15-minute Questlove history lesson offered a blast and offered overdue attention. DJ Khaled performed a song called God Did, which had a performance by Jay-Z. Dr. Dre was given Innovators Award, named after him. Of course, Beyonce had a Hall of Awards, and there was Trevor Noah, supposedly as host again. This wasn't his first go-around as host in the show. That he did a really great performance for that. And, of course, they're saying the surprise win was Bonnie Raitt. I guess because you don't hear much from her anymore, and she does so much in the background. Styles. Well, I mean, we talked about Beyonce, winning the most, but even Harry got 3.
Yeah,
took home 3 awards Sunday.
There's a lot of old school in that winning. You notice that? It seems like these artists just can keep it going. It amazes me that they can be so accomplished for so long.
They need to nowadays. I mean, if not, you won't. Oh, okay, there it is. The Beyonce, you'll never believe who she surpassed, who held the record for almost 30 years of the most Grammys. George Solti, the classical music conductor and composer.
No.
He was the one.
No.
Yes.
That's crazy.
He was the one.
Wow.
He probably won for almost every year for a classical recording for all those years. That's probably why he had so many. Yeah, he's produced so many albums of brilliant classic music. So there you go. Of course, the opening, Bad Bunny, the DJ, opened the performance, this big high-energy thing. And even Taylor Swift, apparently, your girl, got up and danced next to her table to his hot licks, if you want to say, whatever they call them in DJ terms nowadays.
Does Grammy has tables?
Where the venue this time apparently did.
I know the Golden Globes. Wasn't that the one that was always...
Yeah, that's always a dinner.
I liked that. It made it a little bit more intimate.
Looked like the older awards kind of shows. When you used to think of like Clark Gable and those, it was always like a big dinner.
I hadn't thought of that, but yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, they got up there, give their speech. They were half plastered. Those are the days. Give me those days. But you got to give me those people back, too. And then
good old days.
Then I'd be happy. The other Grammys was, of course, this was really cool. The Temptations, the Isley Brothers, the Four Tops, all turned back time, singing and dancing like a reunion. And that's really what it was, a reunion of Motown stars to honor Berry Gordy.
Nice.
Yeah, and of course, singer-songwriter Smokey Robinson for musical achievements along with philanthropic efforts. They were the MusiCares Persons of the Year. Oh. They won that jointly.
I didn't know that Smokey was a philanthropist.
I think he's done a lot to help up-and-coming artists, I think is where most of his goes. It was the first time that MusiCares has ever honored 2 individuals in the same year. Part of the reason was, of course, their friendship has been going on for 65 years. Of course, they're both native Detroit guys, and when they met there and, music history, you could very easily say without question.
Wow.
Smokey's got a new album coming out, too.
Really?
Either it just came out or it's getting ready to come out. I remember seeing a promotion for it. Oh, hey, 8:32. We've got to take a pause here. Do a break, of course, for the bottom of the hour with a look at weather, as well as, a very light birthday calendar for this 6th of February. Of course, weather's up first. This edition of Your Weather brought to you by the Bank of Charlotte County.
Hello, I'm Stuart Wilborn, manager of the Bank of Charlotte County Loan Office in downtown Farmville. I invite you to call or come by and see me about your loan needs. Whether it's time to purchase investment property, build your dream house, expand your business, or purchase timberland or farmland, you will find old-school personal assistance with attention to detail. Stop by our office at 216 North Main Street or call us at 391-1136. The Bank of Charlotte County, giving you more for your banking needs. Member FDIC and Equal Housing Lender.
All right. Well, sunny today. Highs right around 60 degrees. Looking for north winds 8 to 11 miles an hour. Clear tonight with lows in the upper 20s. Sunny tomorrow. Highs in the upper 50s. Some southwest winds 6 to 11. That mainly in the morning. Tuesday night, partly cloudy. Lows in the low 40s. Southwest winds will continue 9 to 11 miles an hour. Of course. For Wednesday, sunny, highs in the mid-60s. Now, Wednesday night, it'll be mostly cloudy. You do have a little 20% chance of some showers come the early morning hours. Looking for lows in the upper 40s. Thursday, it's a 40% chance of showers. Mostly cloudy skies, highs in the mid-60s. And as it stands right now, looking at rain Friday and into Saturday, but as we move through the week, the percentage continues to drop. So, who knows? When we get a little closer, we'll give you the details, and the rain may completely be no longer. Right now, humidity 72%, our barometer rising slightly, 30.03 inches. Still no wind to speak of. Yeah, we still got nice sunshine, blue skies out there. Temperature-wise, 44 degrees right now. That, of course, is here outside of the WFLO studios. Your weather brought to you by the Bank of Charlotte County. That includes branch locations in Phoenix, Charlotte Courthouse, Keysville, Brookneal, and remember that loan office right here in downtown Farmville. And you know that means it's time for today's edition of the Birthday and Anniversary Calendar. It is brought to you today by Terry Atkins Wilson PC there on Main Street in Farmville. And like I say, it's slim pickings on our birthday list today. But Larry, go for it, man.
All right, it's a very, very special birthday for Carolyn Whitehead in Dillon. I hope you have the best day ever. Happy birthday.
The law office of Terry Atkins Wilson PC is located at 117 North Main Street in downtown Farmville. With deep roots in Farmville and our surrounding communities, Terry and her legal staff specialize in real estate law, wills and trusts, business formations, and collections. Experience and professionalism are extended to every customer in every case. The needs and concerns of every customer are their primary focus. If you have legal needs, contact the law office of Terry Atkins Wilson PC for a consultation at 434-392-1422.
And yes, that's the only one we know of. We hope has a fantastic day for everybody out there, whether we know it or not. We hope your day is just wonderful. Remember, if you want to get the birthday names to us so we can read them to everyone, it's very simple. Email them to birthdays@wflo.net. Of course, you can also mail them to WFLO 217 West 3rd Street, Suite 2. That is Farmville 23901. Remember, for the right legal advice, to visit Terry Atkins Wilson PC on Main Street here in Farmville. Oh, we do want to mention tomorrow, got some special guests. For the first part of the program. Longwood University Theater Department got their show, opens next week. Yep, right after Valentine's. Opens Wednesday the 15th, doing the classic Pulitzer winner, Crimes of the Heart.
Oh, that's a good one.
Good play. Little tragedy, little comedy. So we will have Joy Sweet, Professor Joy Sweet, who is directing the show, and Kate McKirkin-Orr, who is one of the actors in the show. No, Kate. No, I take that back. Kate's not acting the show. Kate is, I believe, assistant stage manager. So in any case, we'll have them on, talk a little bit about the play and how you can get your tickets before they sell out and come see the show. Be one nice Valentine's treat.
How long is that running?
Runs Wednesday to Sunday.
That's a short run.
Yeah, that's typical.
Okay.
7 p.m. with 2 o'clock matinee on Sunday.
Okay.
Is
nice.
what shows.
Yeah, it's a lot of work to do those shows.
Oh, yeah.
And months and months of preparation.
Well, and with classes and everything, they get weeks and weeks. They don't get that long.
Yeah.
and the students build the set, do like wardrobe,
I love those. I love student plays, student ensembles. Yeah, it's
they
just
do
fun.
a heck of a job. I have to say they put a lot of work into it and do a brilliant job.
And it helps when people show up for these things.
Of course,
it makes it all worthwhile if you've got a good audience.
And anyone who's ever performed will tell you it is much better when you have an audience. You play off that, you feed off that.
You do.
So yeah, it just it's better, better all around. An update on our Nathan Lee chasing horse, the actor from Dances with Wolves. Victims, detectives, and federal agents will speak in court today before a Las Vegas area judge decides whether he will grant bail to the actor. Of course, Nathan Chasing Horse's public defenders invoked his right to a detention hearing last Thursday, which was the first court appearance. We mentioned that. Lawyers cited a Nevada case of law that requires prosecutors to present convincing evidence that a defendant should be in custody before trial. The 46-year-old, of course, accused, as we've mentioned, sexually abusing indigenous girls, leading a cult as well, and this over 2 decades, supposedly.
Leading a cult, that's not all that common?
No, not that we ever hear. If it is common, you don't hear about it.
I had a friend, well, he wasn't my friend. I had a girlfriend who knew people in this cult, and it was very odd. I mean, I met this guy, and I couldn't quite figure out why he was a cult leader. You have to have that charisma, I think.
There's got to be something that people are drawn to. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Never quite understood it.
I just couldn't see it either.
Craziness.
I think my parents at one point in time, were concerned that I might run away and join a cult. I guess all of us do if we have kids. It's like you never know.
I don't know if my mother was ever concerned about me running away. It was probably to, I don't know, steal a bookmobile. Maybe. I don't know. Hide out in the library. Yeah. I wasn't even one of those kids who wanted to join the circus. It never appealed to me. No.
Yeah, circuses always seemed a little dangerous and dirty to me. But
I don't know. I mean, that was always the story. The kid wants to run off and join the circus, and I always thought, really?
Well, my parents threatened to sell me to the circus.
No, I got that before. Yeah, that one I did get that one.
I was getting top dollar though. I'm telling you.
Oh well, I can only imagine.
Yeah.
He sings, he dances, he plays instruments. He'd be perfect. For me, it's just he's a clown. Put him in the show. Shove him in the car.
Oh my!
Well, dressed up as a dolphin and forced to give a lightning-fast makeover, White Lotus actress Jennifer Coolidge was roasted Saturday as she was honored for the 2023 Woman of the Year by Harvard University's Hasty Pudding Theatricals. Kudos to her. That's
amazing. Did you watch The White Lotus?
I have not seen it yet.
It was fun.
Seems brilliant.
It's fun. It's different, and that I'm always looking for something different.
Yeah.
Please get me out of the
the norm, the boring. Yeah. It looks fantastic. I've seen the trailers for it, and I would like to see. I have a long list of things I would like to see. And just never have. You have to bring
that list in someday so we can take a look at it.
Go over and see where we
critique it.
Say, I've seen that. I've seen that. What the heck is that?
Why?
Why would you want to watch that? I'm just now getting caught up. I've been so busy. I'm several weeks behind on Masterpiece Theater, so I'm getting myself caught up.
It's blasphemy.
I know. Well, see, I have the luxury now of streaming. I'm not forced to sit every Sunday night in front of the television. Not that I minded.
When did you finally come into the Century?
Oh, I have been a streamer for a long time.
Okay.
I was a stream innovator long time. I was talking on the radio about ditching TV years ago.
Nice.
When I did it. Of course, the Hasty Pudding theatricals. That really, I mean, for an actress or actor, it's a big deal. The oldest theatrical organization in the nation, one of the oldest in the world. Yeah. Hasty Pudding Theatricals bestowed the award annually to women who have made, quote, lasting and impressive contributions to the world of entertainment. Of course, Coolidge, who's recently seen a massive career surge following her Emmy-winning turn on The White Lotus, headlined a parade through the streets of Cambridge Saturday afternoon.
She is hilarious. I'm telling you,
very
she
funny.
is so unique, and she's got
Very
good
funny.
timing too.
She does. And it's fun because, of course, I'm glad she's kind of getting some recognition now and becoming more well-known because she's been doing these bit parts, character actress kind of stuff for years.
She's so funny. Well, and I was so happy that she was on the second season, too.
Right.
You know, because they changed most of the whole cast. But she was still there, and it was like, okay, this works.
Okay. Sometimes that's a risk.
Yeah.
You know? Although I think with most comic shows, you can make cast changes and get away with it as long as the writing team doesn't change. Because I think it's more the lines, not as much as who delivers them. I mean, of course, if a show's on long enough, the actor becomes ingrained. And you
I can see that.
You know,
I can see the writing being a staple.
I think that's the reason certain shows... what's the phrase? Jump the shark. You know, you can tell you watch a show, you really love it in the first couple seasons, and then all of a sudden they come back for like season 4, and you're going, what happened? These don't seem to be the same characters.
Yeah.
The environment's changed. Well, the writing team has left, and they've gotten new writers in, and they're writing to characters they've never written before.
And don't you think most... it seems like most series you get maybe 2-3 years, maybe longer, out of those original writers. But I agree, you're
for a lot of them, yeah. Now some they do stick.
Yeah.
They hang around, but you can usually tell those shows.
you can.
You
Absolutely.
know, I mean, we've talked before about how Frasier, you know, even though character lines changed and their entire lives changed. The writing was still that because the writers hung around.
Yeah.
You know, they stayed with it. Was it 10 seasons, 9 seasons it was on?
Such a great series.
It was a brilliant series. Yeah. It never talked down to the audience. You know, there were highbrow humor, there was lowbrow humor. You know, none of the actors had any problem being made fun of. You know, as well as making fun of each other.
Good point.
Yeah, it was. I think it had hit all those right critical points to make it such a brilliant series.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Speaking of acting, trouble for a Mexican actor, Pablo Lyle. He's been sentenced to 5 years in prison for involuntary manslaughter. He fatally punched a guy during a road rage confrontation in Miami in 2019. Can you imagine hitting someone so hard you kill them?
Scary.
That's scary. Because I have to say, he doesn't look like he's got the power to do that. But I guess if you hit somebody just right,
exactly,
you know, nose into the brain kind of thing or something.
Well, and I'm wondering, you know, I'm sure it was out of rage, as they say, but, you know.
Well, yeah.
Wish I knew the rest of the story, sort of. But.
Well, let's see what they tell us. Of course, sentenced almost 4 years after the initial charge from a traffic accident. Now, Miami-Dade Circuit Judge Marissa Tinkler-Mendez announced sentence 2 months after rejecting the actor's request for a new trial, upholding the guilty verdict that was actually reached initially in October. So that's what this pause has been for. The 36-year-old Mexican telenovela star, best known for the Netflix crime series Yankee, faced a maximum sentence of 15 years. The judge ordered 8 years of probation, conflict resolution management, and 500 hours of community service. He has 30 days to appeal that. He did say in his native Spanish, "I am very sorry. I always pray for him and for you, looking to family members with all my heart. Now, Hernandez, who was the gentleman who was killed, he was 63 years old, Juan Ricardo Hernandez, unarmed, suffered traumatic brain injury and died 4 days later after being hospitalized. So the lawyers for Lyle were tried to argue self-defense. They said there were inconsistencies in the trial. But the court saw that it was merely Lyle acting out of anger. So it was completely captured by security cameras, the road confrontation. So apparently Lyle's brother-in-law was taking him, his wife, and their kids to the airport. Their car passed Hernandez's car, was stopped at a red light. When he got out and approached the driver's window of Lyle's vehicle, claimed that they blocked his way. That's how the whole thing kind of started. According to the footage, Lyle Hernandez then got into an argument. The actor punched him in the face, claiming he was defending himself, saying his children were terrified and that he feared Hernandez had a weapon. So
interesting.
Yeah. Video footage, of course, didn't show any of that. So.
I don't see a lot of road rage here in Virginia.
No, if hands are put up for the most cases, it's just to wave.
Yeah. That's very true.
You know, which is how it should be.
It's not really like that in California on the freeways. And seriously, every day you can see road rage going down the freeway. So.
I don't know. I just don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get where that comes from. If you're
stuck an hour. Okay,
I know the traffic out there is horrific.
A 30-minute drive took me an hour to an hour and a half every morning. It was stop and go, stop and go. So you're stop, go, and then all of a sudden this guy just gets right in front of you, puts on his brakes, and sits there. It can trigger a little bit of anger or rage.
I mean,
once somebody gets it,
but
once it's triggered, it's all over. It's like,
If the traffic is that bad,
it is.
Then why does the city, the state, not do something? Obviously, that's poor infrastructure.
Mm-hmm.
So either... the tax rate you got that was out in California is outrageous.
Just a wee.
Yeah, so they can't claim they don't have the money to do stuff because they get plenty of money from the people who live there.
What's funny about that is that they passed a resolution that they would have 3 lanes going from Santa Rosa all the way down into San Francisco.
Right.
So part of the problem was it's been taking these people about 10 years or so to get that done, and in the meantime you're fighting construction on the
all
road.
The way, yeah.
So you're already frustrated with that, and then somebody cuts you off, and it's go time. I've done it a few times myself. I'm ashamed to say, it's just like, but you're just so mad.
Yeah. Well, I can get screaming to yourself in the car or something.
Uh-huh.
I don't get getting out of the car, becoming violent, pulling a gun.
Yeah.
That's the stuff to me is like, wait a minute. I understand being mad. I've done it and cussing the car. Run. And then it's out and you go and you move on with your life. Because, it's one of those circumstances in my mind I keep telling myself, okay, that idiot probably has no idea how mad I am.
Mm-hmm.
If they did, they wouldn't care anyway.
Right.
So who's suffering? Just me.
That's exactly
right.
I think you're onto something there.
Maybe I've read, too much Buddhist philosophy. I don't know, but for me, it's just like it's not worth getting yourself.
It's not.
Who's going to have the coronary? Me, not him.
Exactly.
So it's like I don't need it. I don't need the stress. Whatever.
That's sort of somewhat enlightened of you,
One tries.
And I think I was a lot worse when I was younger, I think.
I think that's natural, yeah.
Yeah, we grow out of it. And
learn how to control ourselves better.
This is one of the things I like about being old.
The knowledge that came with age.
Okay, I just don't care quite as much as I used to.
Well, and I do little things like, so the clock in my car is set purposefully purposefully fast.
So you don't.
So I'm always ahead.
Yeah,
I'm always ahead.
You're one of them.
I am. I'm one of them. I'm one of my old work ethics was always early is on time. On time is late.
All right.
If you're late, you're really in trouble. But and plus it's, I don't know, that's always bugged me. If you're going to a party, that's a different kind of thing.
Yeah.
That's always a kind of a
we
floating
were always
time.
Early for those. My dad was always
early,
even to the party. I mean, seriously, we'd be the only people there.
And I know that some people they always believe in this. Yeah, or some girls, I'm always at least 15 minutes late. Always. I said, even if it's like a date or a lunch meet or something. Oh, yes, always. And I'm like, okay, I wouldn't still be sitting there waiting on you. You'd arrive and the date would already be over because I'd have gone home. If you don't have that, that's how little respect you have for me, then...
Well, this is why you don't have a girlfriend, I think. Maybe.
And perfectly content with that fact. My dog shows me enough love. Thank you very much.
We're not going down that road.
Well, it's a quiet day. Where are we at? Oh, wow, we're moving on. We got 5 minutes, so there's still time if you want to give us a call. 434-394-0924. Thankfully, the tower work completed.
Yay.
Yes.
Yay.
Friday, all that stuff. The grounding that had to be done is done. The tuning that needed to be done, taken care of. So no issues. Got all that stuff where it is.
We're cooking
till the
with
next
fire.
tower work that has to be done, which is an inevitable at some point.
But at least now we can get into the shed because I cleaned it up.
Oh, you cleaned up their mess? Yeah.
But it's interesting out there. This is fascinating. I learned a lot,
Well, good.
There's a lot of good, happens to be a lot of good people out there working on it, too.
Thankfully.
And it was amazing that we, got it done.
Yeah, we did. We kind of got lucky that
John,
the grounding, the tower crew's still around to help us out.
He lives a charmed life, I believe. Everything just fell into place. It was all him.
Yeah, it was a very lucky point. I will. Well, yeah. Like I said, we're still 5 minutes. This. Did you read any of the? I call them scandal rags because that's all they are. The National Enquirer, the Star, all those kind of things. I know that people go nuts over them. The National Enquirer, of course, the scandal-plagued tabloid engaged in catch-and-kill practices to bury stories about Trump's campaign, as well as every other politician that even looks at him funny, is being sold. VVIP is the company. They're also buying the National Examiner and the Globe. All three of those have always been owned by the same. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
That's why they're all the same kind of trash. Publisher of A360 Media. It's an all-cash deal. Yeah. Financial terms not disclosed. Now, in December of 2018, the parent company of those publications, which also include Us Weekly and In Touch magazine, admitted to engaging in a journalistically dubious practice that they call catch and kill. I mean, it included, among others, I mean, I mentioned Trump earlier, but Jeff Bezos, who founded Amazon. A lot of these big people, money people, were all part of this. They were accused of trying to actually bribe some of them by sending. What they did was they said they had embarrassing photos that they would publish or send to family. Yeah, if they weren't paid.
So that's how. If they weren't paid,
right. Right, like with Bezos, they told him they had below the belt, was their terminology, embarrassing photos they would send to his current girlfriend.
And what were they trying to accomplish with this? For Jeff? Or,
probably just, it was nothing more than extortion.
Okay.
Yeah, extortion and embarrassment. That's really all it was. American media sold the Enquirer and other publications in 2019 to James Cohen, who owns Hudson News. But that was the plan anyway. It never actually was completed. In 2020, David Pecker, who was the CEO, stepped down from American media, and that's when it was taken over by A360. Was out of Smyrna, Georgia. So, but the FEC, the Federal Election Commission, did get in and fine them, because part of this included politicians. That's why they were involved. $187,500
for squashing the McDougal story.
Yeah, and that was what they had the story on Trump with Karen McDougal, the Playboy model. You know, that he had paid her and then said he didn't and whatnot. They had the papers that proved, but they wouldn't publish it because at the time they were a contributor to his campaign, and so wouldn't publish the story. And
wow. Did you see the movie Wag the Dog?
No.
It was a great movie about politics and about how the tail basically controls the rest of the political
it's
puppeteering.
Very true. Very, very true.
It's a good one.
It's interesting the way I'll just say the world, because it's not particularly politics, it's not particularly big business. It's all kind of interlinked together, and it's country to country. It's funny. We still run into some people who are like, well, here and here, and the economy now, it is not nation. You are truly global.
Exactly.
And you better accept it.
Some people just don't understand that. I mean, that's one of the most frustrating things for me is...
maybe they don't understand the exact whole thing when you talk about supply chain.
Well, and it's usually due to some kind of, combination of ignorance and narcissism. True,
in most cases. Well, that's going to pretty much do it for us. We're going to have to call it quits for today. Of course, John's back with you come 9 o'clock. Got more great music. Larry will be back with you a little bit later. And, of course, all the great music and information is yours here on The Flow. 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 Is yours here on The Flow.